How you doing? I'm doing okay. Feeling pretty good, especially after the news about Michael released. No charges. The man has his freedom. No charges. I liked what Sir Crepitus had to say on the matter, too. It was a whole lot of, yeah, I think they probably were really embarrassed by what happened. And you know what? They should be. LAPD should be embarrassed by that. That's not how you function. No body cams. Oh, we don't have enough body cams. Whatever. Anyway, I know we got an intro from Ms. Summer Savage, so let's get on that, shall we? There we go. Time to go live, it's time to go live, time to go live, it's time to go live, time to go live, it's time to go live. Thank you, Summer, as always, for the custom bespoke intro. It's Monday night. I think I must have made the neighbors upset with me because they didn't call me about burgers. Boy, I sure do hear a loud ass moth though out there. Woo! Can you hear him? Loud. Bro. The moon is not in here. Go elsewhere. Pipe down. Had to have the window open because I was just sweating balls up in here today. So, window open. Occasionally you might hear our wind chimes. They're very they're less chimey. They're very, very, very long wind chimes. So they're very deep and resonant. Dawn gloves. I have to go to guardianship court in the morning. I hate having to be a day walker on my day off. Yeah, no shit. Oh, and I still have that migraine. New symptom unlocked. Projectile vomiting. Ugh. The worst. I've only done that once. It was after a really, really, truly bad batch of chicken salad. I didn't know how bad it was until after I had consumed the entire thing. The entire sandwich. Craziness. Honey, I hope that your noggin calms down. Also, was that you that I saw the night that Michael got arrested? Was that you that I saw talking to Tori? Picking your things up off the chair and heading out? Just curious. Looked like it was you. Let's say hi to some folks, shall we? First, Hot Carl. Well done, Bilf. Well done. SP Fanny, with the reminder, please hit that like or the dislike. If you would do it on your way in, that would be even better. And switch from from top chat to all chat or live chat to all chat or something. If you can make those two changes, then you're going to see everybody that's in the chat room, and you will have gotten your like or your dislike duties taken care of like that. As always, please check to see if you're still subscribed. I'm at 11:29 now, and I was up to 11:35 a couple of days ago. So check to see if you would be so kind. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why, I would love it if you would consider hitting that subscribe button. Tickle my bell for notifications. Select all. And that way you know every single time. Plus, from what I understand, you're less likely to be unsubscribed if you have all notifications selected. I'm not sure why that is, but I don't know. I don't know. Tamber June is here. Hello, Tamber June. Good to see you. And Susie Oberholtz. Hello. Hi, here for a while. Okay, good. Feeling better? Trish Ryan is here. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hope all are well. Deanna Downey, of course. Good to see you. Hi. Dawn Gloves, RN, SP, she of the migraine. And a lot of nonsense to do tomorrow, having to be a day walker. I'm so sorry. Hi, Bridget Alexander. Good to see you. And hello, Janet Jean. Janet G. I don't know what to tell you. Tamber June just sat down. Good to be here. Been a long day. I bet it has. I'm not surprised. Well, here's Alan. And his beloved Ms. Ola, Ms. Hef, the inappropriate. Hef the inappropriate. That is now your name in court. Your court name, as in King's Court, not actual. Guys, obviously my brain is not functional today. I am experiencing a state of cerebroatmospheric on an entirely new level today. And I don't know why. I was fine earlier. Queen Thetan checking in from Salem, Oregon, celebrating because I'll be home by Thursday. Praise Xenu. Well, Xenu be praised. And we said the word. I'm having a glass of wine from Door County, celebratory wine from Door County. It's a fruit blend. Apple wine, blackberry wine, a couple other different kinds of wines, all blended up. And so that's my celebratory wine for the day. Celebrating Michael. And no charges. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kimberly Gabaldon. And Nicole Yonker is here. Pamela SP Butterfly is here. Good to see you. Oh, it wasn't you talking to Tori. Haven't met her yet. In over 40 years, I've never vomited with a migraine, and it was in the middle of the night. I didn't understand what was happening to me. I bet you didn't. Wow. Bridget Alexander. Good to see ya. And Workaholic Panda is here. Somehow I'm almost on time. Miracles do happen. Yes. Heather McLaughlin, how dare you? Girl, what did you do to pull that in? Oh my God, so sorry to hear that. I would not like any of that. I remember when they had to do a C-spinal x-ray series on me while I had viral meningitis. And I was in so much pain and I had to move my head around, and that was a bad idea. And so I was hyperventilating. And then I made it over to the trash can and heaved my guts. And the lovely older gentleman who was working with me, and I'm apologizing, of course, because it's what I do, right? And he said, "You made it to the trash can. That's more than most people do. You got nothing to apologize for. Bet you feel better too, don't you?" I said, "Oddly, yes. Yes, I do." It was weird. But yeah, he was great. That was a whole thing. And anyway, Heather McLaughlin, good to see you. Who else we got here? Do babalada El Jefe. Yes, indeed. Error. What? Nicole Yonker, totally. That's my entire brain is going. My hair looks awesome. Thank you, Bridget Alexander and Queen Thetan. I took the little Reese-inspired 3-barrel waving iron to it right before we right before I went live, and seems to work pretty well. My brain went wonky on the way to Trader Joe's. I forgot we were going. Gonna take a migraine pill tonight. Taking Dad to cardiologist tomorrow and don't want to be worse than now. Smart lady. Yes. Preventative medicine. I believe very strongly in that. Yes, to a drink of a drink. Stand by for a drink of drink. Zenu Marlena. Everybody partake. And because we're kicking it off, Zenu Marlene to Michael as well. Ooh, I can taste the apple in there. It's very nice. Purple Groovy. Hey, Chow and Chat family. Are we wide awake now, Chow? Yeah, we are. But apparently experiencing a severe case of being cerebroatmospheric. This is beyond synaptic flatulence. This goes to a whole new level. Basically, I'm a bit of an airhead tonight. Hi, Cricket. Hi, Sandy Wandy. Good to see you. Smoke. Hello. Good to see you. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Ba-ba-la-da-da. Lily Garfield. Hey, everyone. Hi. Good to see you, Lily Garfield. And bless Michael for taking it like a champ. You know what? And I figured he would. But, boy, I don't know. Serge is going to have to let him know about it. You know, the thing is, though, is that Serge said he had a feeling about Michael going out that night. And this is my message to Serge, who doesn't watch my show. I understand. Serge, when you get a feeling like that, say something. You know you need to trust your gut. And this is important. Say something. Next time you get a feeling like that, Serge, I beg you. Please, please, please say something. Don't dismiss it. Don't just say, oh, well, I'm just thinking this way because my back hurts. Or I'm just being needy or whatever. You're not. Stop it. Say something. Please. Please, please, pretty please. And also, send me your recipe for Mexican lemonade. Thank you. You whistled along to the singing Workaholic Panda. Yep. Hope your brain function state doesn't stay that way. Me too, Tamper June. Me too. I have IBS. I never trust my guts. No, that's don't trust a fart, honey. The guts are just doing what they gonna do. Don't trust a fart. Ever. Playing it safe is better than not, because staying home will keep you near a bathroom too. Yep, exactly. So what else do we got today? We got Michael released. That's good. Apparently I'm a complete bimbo today. My guts are causing me pain, but they do give lots of clues. Yes, Workaholic Panda. I'm kind of a bimbo today. Let's see what else we have. The giant raccoon who's been waddling around the neighborhood, terrorizing bird feeders and whatnot, um, has given birth. And I know this because she's still big, but slimmer and has very prominent nipples. So my neighbors are like, boy shorts, I'm taking the bird feeders in. I said, she needs puppy chow. The extra fat is good for her milk, for her babies. She's out early. Why is she out in the daytime? She's out in the daytime because the kids are at home sleeping. She's looking for food for herself so that she can fortify the milk that she's feeding them because they're still tiny little puffballs. So, damn right. Bimbos fucking unite, man. I'm not usually a bimbo, but today, woo! They call me Mrs. Boombastic. Bimbastic. Mrs. Bimbastic. Anyway. Fucking mess. So I watched, yes, I want to see little tiny trash panda puffballs. I want them. And then I went out to bring the bird feeders in, Xenu Marlene, to baby raccoons. I went out to bring bird feeders in, and when I looked out the window as I was putting on my shoes, I noticed that there she was. There she was, trying to pull down the suet cage. And she'd already managed to open one of the little compartments of the suet cage. The tiny fingers on raccoons just mesmerized me. I know. Send trash panda pics for the kiddo. Dawn, is the kiddo watching right now? Protesters have potties now. IBS, IBD no longer a barrier to protesting. Yay! But I mentioned that she was out there and mom started getting mad about it. And retired bimbo. Nice. Love the hairstyle tonight. Thank you very much. All right, I'll text you some, Dawn Gloves. I'll text you some from when I was busy feeding them all the time on my porch. I think mom felt a little bad because I'm like, she just had babies. She said, well, I said, she's trying. She's just trying to, make sure that she can feed herself and feed her babies. And hi, Sunshines. I'm glad you're here. Yes, Purple Groovy. I hear ya. Mom said, well, she can take care of them the way she's always taken care of them. I'm like, by raiding your bird feeders, basically. I mean, we live in their territory. They don't live in ours. What is my spirit animal? I don't have a spirit animal. I'm not native. But the closest thing that I can get and that I can figure is probably skunk. I have a good relationship with skunks. They tend to test me, or trust me, rather. They don't, what's on my arm? What? Oh, do you mean that? That's a Band-Aid. Because apparently, I made myself some fried eggs last night after my show. And when I took the lid off of them, because I do them basted, so once they're mostly cooked, then I add a tiny bit of water into the lid, and I put the lid on the pan, and then it causes it to be opaque on the top, right? So anyway, that's how I ate my fried eggs. And when I lifted up the lid, piece a part of the egg and the butter just went "Pah!" and got me right there. And, I ran tepid water, cool water, not cold water, ran water over it to cool it down, to bring down the temperature. And after a while, it started being really angry, really angry. And then I noticed that it was blistering up. And so I cleaned it and I, put some snail on it and I put a bandage on it. And it's a waterproof bandage. It seals all the way around the little tiny pad in the center. So yeah, I was certainly awake. Hot fat, man. Not just my nickname in high school. Uh that shit hurts. So it's hey Summer, good to see ya. So, if there's a way to injure yourself doing just about anything, including just walking down the hallway, I'll find it. And I did. I mean, I did this, and it's always my left arm, which is my dominant arm, because that's what I do everything with, right? The place where I cut my hand doing dishes, there's that. That's still there. Remember that? That was fun. Sliced right into my hand. About a millimeter too small to need stitches. But, woo! Yeah, so I was awake after that for sure, for sure, and I finished eating I ate my eggs and my toast. Need some laughs, please? Just got home from putting mom's ashes in the ground. Well, I'm gonna try koala crafts because I am a ditzy bitch tonight. So, yeah, I'm sure that I'm gonna be a mess. Um, we will do the best we can to give you some laughs, koala crafts. I'm sure we will. And I am sorry for your loss, and I hope that her memory continues to be a blessing. Yeah, that was gnarly. It was real gnarly, Hef, and um, yeah. Now I have a reminder of how terrifying doing dishes can truly be. But so I ate my eggs and my toast while I was watching the 7M documentary on Netflix, The Dancing for the Devil. I had heard Rabbit talking about it on Down the Rabbit Hole News. She had been talking about that, and so I watched it last night, and I was impressed. I was impressed. It was well done. It was well put together. I have I don't know that I'm necessarily gonna call it a cult, but I am gonna say that those people are under undue influence, for sure. Hello, my sister George. Good to see ya. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back. We're always happy to see you here. Finally finished Baby Reindeer this morning. See, after I was done with 7M, the documentary is called Dancing for the Devil, by the way, if anyone else is interested in watching it. It's on Netflix. I started watching Baby Reindeer. I got to the beginning of episode 4. And oof. There's a whole lot going on there. There's just a lot happening with that. And yet, now see, now I need to do some more investigating because I thought I had seen something about how it wasn't actually true. So, I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that I got about 5 mosquito bites on my stinking ankle. Yeah, Baby Reindeer is disturbing on every freaking level. for sure. Um, I got about 5 mosquito bites on my ankles, so I tried the white vinegar thing that Sophia recommended. I'm not sure whether or not it works for me. I don't think it does. They remained incredibly, incredibly itchy and, not fun. Hey, hey, listening while we shower together. Well, hey, Maya. Good morgen. More pissed at him than her. I'm pissed at all of them. Rabbit did a show on it not being true. Okay. Okay. I'll have to look that up. The real lady went on Piers Morgan. Well, I don't trust Piers Morgan any further than I can throw him, honestly. But I'll take a look. Gonna drift off, but keep y'all up on my TV. Good night, Dawn Gloves. Good night, honey. Sleep sweet. Um, yeah, I'll have to watch what Rabbit had to say about that. But yeah, it was probably the first time I'd opened up Netflix in ages. Oh my god. Sister Bougie of Infinite Booblessness. Here we have Susie Oberholtz. Queen Thetan, you're fading fast. Sleep sweet, baby. There's Sister Bougie of Perpetual Booblessness. Well played. Well played, Susie. Nicely done. That's fucking funny. She was a nutball habitual liar in that interview. Fair. Reapply, says Summer. Okay. Yep, there's a good question. Don't forget to scrub behind your ears, Maya. Since we're all in the shower with you, we're here to remind you about the nooks and crannies you might miss. Tetmasol bar soap. I heard it repels mosquitoes. So far working for me, I got it on Amazon. Yeah, but how does it smell? Or wait, do you use it on yourself? Or do you just set it out and the scent of the bar alone just is it a portable thing? Here's Susie saying hi, everyone. I use a Thermacell. Aw. Hef got her mug from Maryland's Fourth Wall. That's awesome. I love it. Yay. So, yeah. You wash the mosquitoes with the soap? Okay. Tea tree oil on bites and boom, gone? Yeah, I'm not applying straight tea tree oil to my skin. Susie had me roofline today. I'm assuming that's an autocock rocket. I'm not putting mosquitoes in the bath and washing them up with little tiny scrub brushes. Benadryl anti-itch spray. Okay. The bar soap used like normal soap. Conditioned skins too. Used it for a month. Leather strap wristband that you put drops on. Okay. Never saw Baby Reindeer, but saw the interview. Is she a stalker? Yeah. Yeah, she is. I believe that she suffers from extreme erotomania, and she's friggin' well, according to the series anyway, she's bonkers. She's challenged. Benadryl anti itch spray. I found out we also don't have we don't have any Benadryl in the house. Extra strength. Um, we don't have any Benadryl, actual Benadryl in the house, which is a problem. So I'm gonna have to go through my I'm gonna have to rummage through the suitcases that I have to see if I have any Benadryl stashed in there, because this is just ridiculous. And I'm out of Tylenol PM, so I don't know if I have any diphenhydramine in the house. But if I don't, that's going to be really frustrating. Yes, the call you have cases of Benadryl. Well, I'm mildly envious of you. If you have a different antihistamine, that would work. No. Seventh, you did. You did forget to say hello. You use tea tree oil for everything. I use tea tree oil for a lot of things. But putting straight tea tree oil without any kind of dilution on the skin, uh-uh. No, that's just the shit is too strong. Tea tree oil is absolutely fantastic, but it can be so drying on the skin that you want to dilute it with something else, mix it with other things, put a couple drops in your toner, whatever. But I'm too high to bite. Stoned mosquitoes are wildly entertaining. Nice. I love tea tree oil too. Look up Bugger Off brand of insect repellents. Okay, that's fucking funny, Nicole. Oh, and he kept stringing her along and got off on her pictures. Of course. Yes, the Cultology twins do now have merch. They have a whole ass merch store. You like the Benadryl lotion? You know what I miss? Gold Bond wipes. Gold Bond wipes. You buy them in 3-packs. Nice. Anne Maria Plevier. You've been in bed for 3 days. Did you actually with a person not in Scientology? On a completely different topic, a friend of mine working on her skills to communicate with animals while scheduling a session for her to chat with Henry. Very nice. Hello, Seventh. Tea tree will burn my skin. Yeah. My honey got a bug zapper yesterday. I'm sensitive to any electrical currents, and so I tell him to wait till I'm out of the room. He's done it so far, and it's working. Yay! Oil of spray to powder lotion. Okay, sure. That makes sense. I have a friend in California who is an animal communicator. Haven't talked to her in quite some time. I wish I could just fly her out here and have her talk to Mochi. We need to find out what's going on with that cat. She's not acting like herself. But yeah, so I watched the first 3 episodes of Baby Reindeer. I don't know how many episodes there are. I'm going to have to watch that rabbit show on it being a lie, though. I'm interested in knowing. Yeah, the thing that I use for bug repellent is this guy. It's a thermocell. In that little window, you can see the little light in the middle of the window. That's actually, it's something that's hot. It ignites. You screw in the fuel cell down here, and it has a little tab up here that you put in there. And it's super easy to use. It's not going to catch on fire. And man, I love that thing because it is so effective. The heat activates whatever in the pad that it's soaked with, and Um, and it helps tremendously. It keeps the little bastards away. And as soon as I got that whole pile of mosquito bites on my ankle earlier this evening, I'm like, fuck it. I'm getting the Thermacell again. I love that thing. Looking how to communicate with animals because they come to me and somehow we have a better connection already. I hope this will help her. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I know, but the thing is that she was just at the vet not too long ago and she got a really good clean bill of health. There was nothing wrong with her. Um, and mom is trying not to traumatize her further because when we put them in the carry box, the screaming and the yowling and everything else, because I mean, after they brought him home, they never really put him in the box to go anywhere. So they really don't like it. And she's 16. And, once she gets to the vet, she's fine. And then she screams all the way back, too. But she's on her best behavior when the vet staff is hanging out with her. I don't understand it, but we're trying. We're trying to make her happy and comfortable. And, mom brings her treats to her wherever she is. And she's not eating much. She's not drinking much. When she throws up, it's just foam. That's pretty much her symptoms. Not eating, not drinking, throwing up foam, bile. So she's keeping to herself. Mom slept up here a couple of nights just to kind of keep an eye on her. It is traumatizing for mom, for sure. It's traumatizing for all of us. She doesn't throw up a lot. But have you tried letting your friend help over Zoom? I haven't. But maybe I could. Maybe I could. Maybe I could get her on Facebook Messenger or something. Maybe I'll try to contact her about that. See if she has anything to say. Because I'm worried about the girl. But I don't know what to do. And yeah, I don't know. She's always been a little odd. But my dog throws up foam when he eats a thing he can't get out. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, they don't eat non-kitty food things. They're the strangest cats I've ever met. I'm like, do you even know how to cat, dude? Like, they'll drink the tuna juice that we drain off of the can, but they won't eat actual tuna. They won't eat chicken. This is mom's older kitty. Yeah. Hi, Ann Casillas. Good to see you. They eat kitty treats. They eat their food. And that's all they eat. They don't eat gushy food. They refuse gushy food. I don't know that she would eat baby food. Because normally chicken baby food is the shit for a cat that won't eat dry food. But she won't. Neither one of it. Neither one of them. Occasionally, they'll take a potato chip and they'll only lick the salt off of it. They won't even crunch it. Maybe every once in a while a piece of popcorn, but then it just turns into a toy. So I don't know. The possibility of her ingesting something that she can't get out is wildly unlikely because the only thing that they ingest is their actual food and the cat treats. Like their cat food and their cat treats. So, yeah, one's for the kitty. Moti, everybody's sending love to you, little girl. She's hiding out in mom's sewing room. Our water is great. Maybe take to a vet and have her give her, like sub-Q hydration, sub-Q fluids. That's possible. Yeah, our water is great. It's well water. It's not city water. And we've had it tested because we have tried tickling her belly, and she gives me a side eye worse than anything Gertie could even think of. I have a niece who had to have a heart transplant, and she wasn't allowed to drink the water or have ice in any of her drinks out here until we had our well tested. So we've had the well tested. The well is fine. The water's fine. If a heart transplant patient can drink it, that's what Mochi gets. But also, they get their water through a fountain, which means it has to go through a filter before it goes into the bowl. So at that age, I'm worried about thyroid or kidneys, but it's going to take a vet to figure it out. Linear foreign body like string, maybe. Maybe. Usually all she does with string is flosses. And that's more her brother's thing. Jake is more the I'm going to floss with your shoelaces kind of guy. Whereas just, Mochi rolls around on mom's jeans when she takes them off at the end of the night. She has to leave them on the floor so that Mochi can beat the shit out of them. Just talking to her. Oh, you're talking about the animal communicator, Tamper June. Okay. But yeah, she's, we don't know why. And it's been over the last week that it's been kind of a challenge. So I don't know. Thank you for the ones for Mrs. Cricket's mom and for Mochi. She's a good girl. Also on well water, always a concern for you. Yeah, I know, Nicole. No, their water is filtered because we have a fountain and mom changes the filter religiously every week and she washes out the whole thing. She takes it apart. She's like, this woman was not an RN for 36 years for nothing. When it's like food things, she is going to make sure, short of putting it in an autoclave, it's going to be clean. It's going to be antiseptic. It's going to be antibacterial. It's going to be, yeah. When my pets eat an errant hair or a piece of string, it gets a long string of poop, and that's no fun, but it's hilarious. Well, I got to agree with you there, Tamber June. Looking forward to hearing what Henry has to say. He's 14, and I'm sure he has many stories to tell. Yeah, I bet he does. Well, cheers, Moch. I definitely didn't go on a datura bender with your cat, and I resent the insinuation. That was like one time 6 months ago, and it was Jake, and he's still not been the same since, but Jake's always been a weirdo, and you wound up with more scars from that than he did because he's kind of mean when he gets high. So don't worry about it, Belf. I ain't mad about it. Going to bed. Lester's, everyone. Good night, Summer. Sleep sweet, honey. Ooh. Boy, I bet that was an event. I once had to pull a rubber band out of a cat's behind. It was very weird. I bet it was. Hope you didn't lose your grip on it at any point in time, because that would not be nice. snapping a cat in the starfish with the rubber band that it had eaten. Hey, lovies, starting to go to sleep. We'll hold you all in healing love. Thank you, Ann Cassie. Yes, sleep well, honey. Buenas noches. In the meantime, yeah, we are a little bit late. Just a little bit. For night meds. Take your night meds. It's a modern pharmacology. Night meds. Time for night meds. They can help your physiology. Take them well before you go to sleep. They work while you're busy counting sheep. When you take your night meds, it's a happy, healthy snooze time. A snory snooze time. You'll have a sleepy time. Night meds. Remember to sip first so the things don't stick. Hey, Yadira. Good to see ya. Yeah, Yadira, you got here just in time for the meds reminder. See how we do? The cat was not pleased with something hanging out of her, but she also wasn't excited about me pulling. I can't imagine she was. Like I said, that sounds eventful. Wow. Really eventful. Dang. Yeah, I can't say I envy you that job. I've had other unenviable jobs when it comes to cats. Draining the giant pus-filled boil that had erupted on the face of one of my cats. Care for JC lurking tonight, but you got your night meds. Good job. Well done. Yeah, sitting on the kitchen floor trying to drain that thing. That was a good time. I was a teenager when that happened. Yeah, I've had some interesting animal times. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, normally they go for the chicken baby food, and because of the way that these cats are, they don't eat gushy food and they don't eat people food. So we could try it, but I think it might be a waste of money and time, and it would just frustrate her. Lori, Lori, Lori! Hi. Good to see you. She was a gorgeous cat. She was a ginger, long-haired tabby named Sifoxy. Okay. And somebody sent me an email. Ah, yes. Tamber June was talking to me earlier about shopping totes. And I do love a good shopping tote. I've got some good ones from TJ Maxx and from Aldi. I actually carry one from Carnival Cruise Line. I had to pull out a complete pair of earbuds from my dog's ass slowly. I was not pleasant. I'm thinking it was not pleasant. You're always pleasant. You're a ray of fucking sunshine, Hef. So I'm assuming you meant that it was not pleasant. And I bet it wasn't. And I also bet that you didn't listen to that shit ever again. Ah! Ha! See, I'm funny sometimes. Not always, though. I got this guy at a trade show, might have been last year, from Carnival. And cool thing about this guy, I love this bag. I use it all the time. I keep it in my purse so that it's always ready and I'm never caught out without a spare bag. See, I got you guys. Sometimes I'm funny. You just fold it all up. I had one from from an Asian skincare store in New York City, too, for a while, that was printed. I wonder where that fucker is. It was printed so that when it was all folded up, it looked like a strawberry. That's the way the whole bag was printed. But yeah, that whole bag just folds up into its little corner, and you pull it tight. And this is what I keep in my purse. And I love that fucking thing. It has come in so handy so many times. I always make sure that I have extra bags like that, especially when I'm traveling. There are some places where you'll pay extra for a bag. There are some places like 7-Eleven in Mexico. I stopped into 7-Eleven in Cozumel, and you have a little strawberry one too. Nice, Care for JC. And I had to buy a reusable bag because they didn't even have any disposable plastic bags. So I had to buy a reusable bag from the 7-Eleven. And man, did I reuse the hell out of that shit. There's also Matrix. Oh my gosh. Hi. Good to see ya. One that folds and has a mini bag to go into. Nice. Yeah, so I used the shit out of that 7-Eleven bag. And then there's also a big grocery store in Cozumel called Mega. You have the flat fold bags from IKEA. Gotcha. The shop is called Mega, and it's not only a grocery store, like they have clothes and they've got all kinds of stuff there. And like whenever we pull into port, usually that's the place where the ship crew head to stock up on things that they need, like body wash and shampoo and essentials. But I go there too, because I'm one of those people that, I was thinking about starting a special feature on one of my socials called port panties, because for some reason I always wind up not packing enough underwear, and I wind up having to buy some in port. And so it's, oh, what kind of panties did I get in port today? Where are we, and what are the underpants? And yeah, so I have purchased underpants at Mega, and honestly, I love them because they've got those strips of that clear, not quite elastic, but women know what I'm talking about. That clear stuff that they put inside clothing to make it kind of stay put. It's got layers of those on the legs so that you're not going to get hungry butt. You won't get a wedgie from these underpants because that clear stuff helps them stay in place. So that's pretty rad. And I'm quite pleased with them. The other pair of underpants that I bought in port were at Cariloha, and so they were all made of bamboo, which is, breathable and lovely and lightweight and soft and everything. Probably the most, yes, some type of rubber stuff, Yadira. And it's amazing. Silicone, Deanna Downey says. I don't remember what it is, but it's delightful. And then the Cariloha underpants, very comfortable. I bought the boy shorts cut and kind of a hipster sort of, I think sometimes they call them. And I love them. I love them. But yeah, it was a port panties thing. I would always wind up buying underpants in port for some strange reason. But yeah, Mega has these. Also, if you find the funniest panties, bonus points. Yeah. Yeah, well, I find a lot of really funny shit in port. Um, it's gonna have to be part of the live stream schedule for the cruise, right? So I'm gonna have to go looking for underpants in all 4 different parts. I mean, okay. But, yeah, we had Mega has really good reusable bags, and I probably have, yeah, clear rubber band kinda stuff. Yes, Yadira, that's precisely what it is. Only it's very thin and, holds my underpants in place. So, I probably still have shopping bags from Mega in one of my suitcases, because they just are so freaking handy, and I love having them around. So, um, yeah, and it's not one of the places where most of the rest of the tourists go because they don't know about it. It's just off the beaten path. Um, it's in the other direction that most people go when they're in port there. So, I have, I like Cozumel because I like to go to Mega, and then I can stock up on snacks that I can, hand out to the crew and stuff too, because I'm that guy. I do that. I bring crew snacks. When we boarded Virgin last year, was it last year? Yeah, last September, I went to Target the night before and just got a bunch of different kinds of chocolate and a bunch of different kinds of chips. You know, Flamin' Hots and Fritos and chili cheese Fritos and barbecue chips and all kinds of stuff. And I brought all that crap back to the hotel, separated sweet stuff and salty, crunchy stuff into uh, 2 different pillowcases. And my friend Athena and I walked around the ship on boarding day going, "Crew snacks." We'd get to a bar and we'd open up our little pillowcases and set them down and be like, "Crew snacks." And other people at the bar are like, "What? Let me get nope, these are for crew. Get your own snacks." So, yeah, crew snacks. We didn't ask for free drinks, but we sure did get some. And some of the entertainment team remembered us when we attended a certain party. And wow, we probably each of us drank 2 pitchers of white sangria, and they had a whole tray of them at the end of the night. And then they were told, "Nope, we're wrapping it up." And they knew how much we were liking that white sangria. They just poured all of what was left, the entire tray. The bartender was like, "This tray reserved." And the waiters knew exactly what was up, so they just poured all of these glasses of white sangria into 2 giant glasses and were like, "Here you go, ladies." Yeah, they hooked us up. The crew members have to spend lots of the money they make. As far as I've seen via day in the life videos from cruise workers, from dancers to cleaning to waiters. Yep, they do. They do. And like, there's a lot of things that they can't get on the ship. And so we ask them very frequently. Well, if I know that I'm going to a ship where some of my friends are working, I will say, "Hey, what's up? What do you need? I'm going to be in Miami the night before. Are you going to be able to get off the ship? No? What do you need? Tell me. I'm making a Target run before I get on board." And it's just how we roll. If you cruise a lot, you know. Like, yeah, they can get drinks in the crew bar for relatively inexpensive. But if I find out that my cabin attendant really likes Jack Daniels and I can get a bottle of Jack in duty free for stupid cheap because it's on sale, yeah, I'm going to leave a bottle of Jack in my cabin for my cabin attendant because I know that he loves it and I know that turnaround day sucks because they have to get everybody out of their cabins and then they have to totally turn over those cabins to get them ready for the next batch who are going to be coming on board less than an hour after they get the first people, the first load of people off the ship. That ship is cleared, and once they're confirmed that it's cleared, it's less than an hour before they start letting people on again for the next batch to go out. Yep, you're making a target run before you board. Half the good news is that the hotel is in South Beach. There's a Target in South Beach. So it'll be a quick Uber away from the hotel. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that we do. I mean, when they were stuck on ship during the panini, there were a lot of people who were stuck on the ship. They couldn't go home. They couldn't do anything. They were stuck on the ship and they didn't have any fucking passengers. And they couldn't go ashore. And for a long time after they started sailing again, crews still couldn't go ashore. So we were bringing on everything from body wash to tampons to Lay's potato chips. I mean, just basic things that they don't provision on the ship that people can't get. And yeah, that's what we were doing because I take care of my people always. And I know how well they take care of me. And they take care of me and have been taking care of me long before I started doing this shit. But that's something that I do. Is I'll just bounce around the whole ship. Crew snacks! You know, it's amazing what a little thing like a bag of chips will do. Just a little lunchbox sized bag of chips will do for somebody's day. You know, a little clear baggie full of, you know, like 4 or 5 different kinds of chocolate. Amazing. Tampons should be provisioned. I agree. But, you know, so we brought a lot of stuff on board. And I will keep doing it. Good night. Good night, Matrix. Sleep sweet. He just sent me something too. He sent me a photo. Aw, he found a bunny mold. Look at the mold that he found. That's perfect. I love it. He gonna be making some bunnies. Bunnies. Love it. That makes me super happy. So yeah, and I'm not saying that anybody else needs to do that. I'm saying that I do that. And I don't, you know, these people take care of me. It's the least I can do. Literally the least I can do. Is try to make their lives a little bit better. But also, like I said, I don't expect anyone else to do this. This is just, you know, me being in the industry, respecting other people in the industry who have a difficult job, as difficult as mine is. And they have to be nice to everybody all the time. I'm not. I never said I was a nice woman. But yeah, so anyway, la la la, tangent land. There is a Target. in South Beach. I took goodies to the hospital for the nurses when I went in to give birth. Yep. I made cookies for all of my different teams the night before my hysterectomy and brought them in. Yep. Pre-op, OR, post-op, and surgical floor. Hit the sex toy store up before we board. Nice. Nice, F. Just run around handing vibrators to people. I actually did get a vibrator for somebody. I got one for Harriet. We put together a whole birthday backpack for her. She was on Scarlet Lady, and we put together a whole birthday backpack for her, including a vibrator. Amazing. You don't even need to go to a sex toy store. They have them at Target. They have them at Walgreens. Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. It's one reason that I chose to room alone. Okay, well, I don't know if they have pocket pussies at the Target. I guess I haven't asked. I haven't seen any sleeves. Lube. Oh my God, yes. Lube. Because, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with the motion of the ocean, but sometimes it gets a little rough. Some people like it like that. Oh my goodness. And there's no Mark Hardman here. Because Mark has to be a day walker during the week. Mark Hardman! We miss you. And they have vibrators Ulta now. I didn't notice that. You know, it's funny. My ex walked into Ulta with me and was looking at all the different hair tools and was like, I don't know if we're in the right store. This doesn't look like beauty supply. This looks like booty supply. Excuse me, what aisle is the pocket pussy on? Yeah, I know. Walking up to one of the red vest people, one of the khaki pants people, and being like, "Hi, can you tell me where the fleshlights are located? Are those in the sexual health aisle along with the pocket rockets and everything else?" We expect Mark's reaction to all the topics in the comments. That is true. That is true. Mark is usually pretty good about that. He does respond to things in the comments. Mark is also really good for coming up with good cruise questions. And since I guess we're talking ship, fuck yes, Xenu Marlene to Mark Hardman. Cheers, Mark Hardman. Hope you're having a lovely lunch. He tends to listen on his lunch break. He comes up with the good cruise questions. So do y'all have any cruise questions? I'm happy to answer them. Whatever you got, throw them at me. If I don't know now, I know where to look to find the answers. Because there's a lot of y'all coming along on this sailing. "109 days, 8 hours, 44 minutes. I'm excited. Online check-in will be available on September 7th. Good Lord. That needs to happen sooner. I want to get my online check-in done. I've had a number of people contacting me to make their final payment, which is good. And I'm hoping to not still be awake at 9 o'clock in the morning. But if I am, I will be making more phone calls. I'm trying like hell to get to sleep earlier because this whole sleeping until way too fucking late thing is not working for me. I gotta be productive during the day, and I'm really having some difficulties. But, and I'm blaming the med. Best cruise line for families with ASD, ADHD kids. So far, there are 2. Royal Caribbean was the first one that was certified uh, to be good for people who are on the autism spectrum disorder, who have autism and or are on the spectrum, and they have programs in place to help you kind of show your kid what to expect when they get on board so they're not completely overwhelmed the second they step foot on the ship. And Culture City is teamed up with Carnival, and they have a little pack that you, I think you have to put a deposit on it, but you pick it up and you'll get that back at the end of the sailing. You pick it up on boarding day at guest services, and it's got sound canceling, noise canceling headphones, fidget toys, a special VIP lanyard, bunch of other stuff. And you take that, if they're wearing that lanyard, then if they say, "Hey, I need a quiet space," if they're flipping out and they need a quiet space, you go to any crew member, you show them that lanyard, "I need a quiet space." They will take you to a quiet space. They have quiet spaces on board, all ready to go. And it doesn't matter if you're a child or an adult. And hang on, I just have to answer this text from my mom. Mochi is in your sewing room. Geoplanet Jane. I believe it's the nortriptyline that is giving me problems. I like it. I sleep really solidly with it now, but I sleep too long, and it's a problem. And we thought backing down because we had gone up in the milligram dosage and we'd gone back to the original dosage. I'm still sleeping very soundly, but way too long. And it doesn't knock me out per se. Boy, do I sleep solidly. As far as the hotel is called Hotel Good Time or Good Time Hotel, the Good Time Hotel, all in one word. And I think I put the link into the chat a few days ago. But that's the hotel. That's the hotel. Let me, I think I want to say it's the Good Time Hotel. Yep, it is. It is. So let's see what Mom is saying. She disappeared and her total absence scared me. Nope. She's up here. Jay chillin' in the sewing room. Thoughts on how Disney does with accommodating neurodivergent passengers? That I can't tell you, because I haven't really delved a whole lot into that. Melatonin. I've tried it. It's great. It doesn't knock me out, but it does the same. Great Wolf Lodge? What? My chat is saying hi to Mrs. Cricket's mom. There's the link for the hotel. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's stunning. And That's that's the spot. That's the spot. They're giving me a great rate. Hotel resort for kids and parents. Yes. Yes, it is, GeoPlanet Jane. It's not, however, on a ship. And I think that's really the main thing that we're discussing right now is ships with relation to neurodivergent passengers. Haven't heard a whole lot about how Disney does with accommodation for that. I would be surprised if they had a poor score on it. Um, but uh, because if they have a reputation for doing it well, then people are going to go there and spend all their money. But I'd have to do more delving into that. As far as I know, it's really when do we start booking the hotel? I will let you know. I will let you know, but I'm going to be reserving a block of rooms. So there will be plenty space. And I'm fairly certain that I know who you want to room with. I can tell you right now that Carnival and Royal Caribbean are the two that I tend to recommend for neurodivergent passengers. Simply because I know that they've put uh, things in place specifically for those passengers, and they made a big deal out of it. Yeah, you think? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you want a room with me. Fuck do I know, right? Ain't nobody rooming with me. I'm gonna have way too much shit to get together that night. And then we all have to go to Denny's. So, and I've got more surprises up my sleeve that I'm trying to make happen. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, as soon as I have the go ahead to start booking rooms, I will be letting people know. Keep an eye on the Facebook group, the Xeno Marlene group, and I'll probably say something here as well. And on my community page. So Disney has a good reputation for accommodating neurodivergent people on land, so I wonder about the cruises. Probably just as good, honestly. Thanks for the info on the other two. You're welcome. Yeah, Royal Caribbean was the first to do anything along those lines. And they told the cruise world about it. The travel agency world and everything else, travel advisor world. They wanted us to know that that was something that they were working on and that they had gotten their certification and, all that stuff. So Royal Caribbean was very, very proud of it. However, I find with Royal Caribbean and all the reviews that I've seen, that they have beautiful ships, but they can be outrageously expensive, and they will nickel and dime you for everything. Like, I thought all cruise lines were nickel and dimey other than, like, Virgin. I know Disney doesn't charge you for sodas. That's great. But the cost of their cabins alone, you're paying for the fucking sodas. On the other hand, Royal Caribbean, their cabins cost more than anybody else's cabins, in that market, and yet they want the extra pay for everything. So much of the food service is extra pay, and the beverages, the sodas, the coffees, the everything, and it's for what they're charging for a cabin. I'm not impressed, and I've seen a lot of people be really unimpressed with the food as well. And when you're sailing, a large portion of why people sail is for the food. Um, So when it comes down to value for money, I don't know that Royal Caribbean is it. And I know that they have their fans, they have their devotees, and that's totally fine. You like what you like. And I'm not ever going to tell you not to like it. I can tell you that I haven't even sailed them. I did one ship tour and they served us lunch. And I thought, you want us to book this product and this is what you're serving us? And this is what you're showing us? Really? Huh. So I've just been largely unimpressed with the way that they function. And um, I would love to have my mind changed, but I've sailed Virgin, Princess, Norwegian, MSC. MSC pissed me off. I'm not going to lie. But they pissed me off they were really nickel and dimey as well. But their cabins are really, in comparison, extremely inexpensive when you compare them to any of Royal Caribbean's offerings. Very inexpensive. So, um, you take the good with the bad. And that's what I have to say about that. Not to steal a line from anybody, I just realized that I did that, and that's what Kellycopter says, and thus Maz says. And I'm not here to bite anybody's style either. So, but yeah, that's what I got. Next. I hope that the chat has just gone quiet because people are off digging around on that hotel website because, man, is it pretty. And Castilla said that she wants to live there for a month, and I really don't blame her. For me, a true vacation is no cooking, no cleaning, no laundry, and time to focus on family with some time for just being at peace. Yep, that's what cruising is. In my opinion, that's what cruising is. And you can do laundry if you want to. A lot of the cruise lines have self-service laundrettes on board. But if you want to pay the extra money, you can send it out. Have somebody else wash it, dry it, fold it, and bring it back to you in a pretty basket. That's what happens. Pros and cons. Pros and cons to cruising in general, to Carnival, to vacation with kids. Not a vacation in my book. I mean, anything with kids, but it can be done. It can be done. Pros and cons of what, my love? Let me know. For me, with cruising, there's going to be a lot more pros than there are cons. Nicole, you're cleaning your kitchen. Good job. Well done. Something to do in the early morning. Bless you, senseless. Me, I just want more eggs and toast. And now I'm wary of eggs and toast. Pros and cons as a replacement for phrase from Kellycopter. Okay. All right. That's fair. Having worked for Disney, having been on multiple Disney cruises, having neurodivergent people in my family, I would feel comfortable taking my family members on a Disney cruise. But I'm eager to see the other half of this. And to be fair, I haven't sailed Disney either, but I want to just so I can go on the aqueduct. But I wouldn't say they have specific programs set up for neurodivergent people. Yep. And that's kind of the thing, isn't it? Because on a Disney cruise, as well as any other, it is so easy to become overwhelmed. And especially if you're on the spectrum, and you've got sensory overload anyway, pretty much all the time, I can't even imagine what that would be like. So, not having a specific program set up, uh, policies in place for that kind of thing, um, that can get real ugly real quick. I'm also not a huge Disney person, so, and I've heard that, and I also don't like other people's kids. I don't have any of my own. I think we all know that. I don't like other I don't like other people's kids, and I don't like other kids' parents. So, I'm pretty misanthropic from the jump when it comes to stuff like that. And like my former business partner and I, a couple of years ago, when the annual trade show was done in Disneyland, we had half day tickets to Disneyland. So we went, and she was ready to leave in like half an hour. And I'm like, nope. If we're booking this, we got to know. And I had been there before, so I knew what was up. I was sad that we couldn't go to DCA because that's where all the good coasters are. Well, that's where California Screamin' was, and goddamn, do I love California Screamin'. Um, the mag launch, and oh, I love it. Um, but and we walked around, and we were absolutely miserable, and it was jam packed with people. But we saw a bunch of stuff. I don't think we had an opportunity to go on. Did we go on any of the rides? We might have gone on Jungle Cruise. We went on Jungle Cruise. I don't know that we went on any of the others. And we went and got a Dole Whip. And we just did basic Disneyland stuff. We got corn dogs from the one corn dog place. Oh, I love California Screamin', Pamela. Love it. But by the time we left, she was like, I don't understand why anybody goes there ever for anything ever in the world. How awful. I said, yep, but now you know. You have to experience something if you're going to really sell it. And I wish we could have gotten over to DCA because there's some cooler stuff over there. Um, and we both are in pain all the time. And so I wanted to show her some of the other lower impact things. Like it's tough to be a bug in the Bugs Life area and the Muppet Show thing and all the other stuff. So, you know, I think Reese will approve of the hotel choice wholeheartedly. Hef, I think she will because, uh, as a matter of fact, I plan on sending her a link and letting her know that she should pack something pink so that she'll blend or, style herself accordingly so that she will fit in well with the hotel. I think she's going to approve pretty well. She's always said that she's pretty fucking fancy. And so I couldn't see her in a Comfort Inn and Suites, um, or a Hampton or anything like that, but I can see her in this hotel for sure. And that was one of the first things that twigged in my brain was like, oh, Reese is gonna like this. So yeah, that's what I think about it. She's always told us that she's very bougie. And even though she's not in an actual suite on the ship, I think she's going to like her cabin and I think she's going to love the hotel. I can also say that Disney cruises are less stimulating than any of the other cruises that I've been on because they are family oriented. Well, there's a lot of cruise lines that are family oriented, though. I think they're because they're so heavily Disney, everywhere Disney, that it's like going to one of the parks only on land or on the ocean. I'm sure Reese will love it as long as there is private toilet. Yes, yes, there are ensuite bathrooms in all of the rooms. Your kiddos need a lot of downtime, and you can get that, Pamela, literally on any other cruise line that you go on. But the good news is that, um, and Disney has these too, but all the major cruise lines have them. Norwegian has kids clubs that are branded by and staffed by people from Nickelodeon. Quiet on the set notwithstanding. Royal Caribbean's is Universal. It's run by Universal, and they've partnered and they've got great kids clubs as well. Carnival has Camp O2, and the thing about the kids clubs on the ships, no matter what ship you're on, is that you're going to have to drag your kids out of it because they have such a good time, and it doesn't matter what age they are because they have places for people for kids of all the different under 18 age groups. They've got a teen nightclub where they can do like karaoke and they can practice their DJ skills, and there's all sorts of cool stuff, and there's learning involved, and they have great counselors, and your kids are safe there. Hey, Kenneth. As a matter of fact, you get a little pager on some cruise lines, you get a little pager. So if something happens with one of your kids, they'll set off that little pager. But also, you have to show ID in order to pick up your kid. Like, that kid is safe. Nobody can just walk off with a kid. So, and downtime is totally happenable. You can make that happen very easily because you're on a ship. You can go back to the cabin at any time. So, um, and there are calmer areas and all kinds of stuff. So, they'll learn things, they can get their running around on, they can play games, they can make stuff, they can, yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be Disney just because you want to go on a cruise with a family focus. You would be surprised at how many cruise lines have really stellar kids programs. And it doesn't necessarily have to be Disney. Like, if you wanna go. Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the difference with a Disney cruise. There's nothing else for the grown-ups to do. The other cruise lines offer, like, babysitting services and late night programming for kids and, nighttime programming for kids and stuff like that, um, so that adults can have a nice dinner on their own without the kids, or there will be a nightclub that they can go to or whatever, and that doesn't really exist on Disney. So, I don't know. Disney is about cruising with your kids. And a lot of them have really great kids programs, but you need to, yeah, you're with the kids, you're eating with the kids, you're hanging out with the kids. It's you and the kids all the time. And, so, I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I'm just saying that there are more options than Disney if you wanna cruise with your kids. It doesn't have to be Disney or nothing. So, oh, Rosa Lang, going to watch the replay. Okay. All right. We're only gonna be going for a little while longer here anyway. We've only got like 20 minutes left in the show. Um, yeah, like, and I've seen lovely things about Disney Cruise Line. I wanna ride the Aqueduct. Um I'd like to have dinner at Palo. I'd like to have dinner at some of the other places, the Animator's Palette or whatever it's called. That sounds like fun. The Star Wars experience that they have on some of them. But I also like being able to do other things. And I like being able to do other things without children. So, um, I think it depends on if you're taking your kids on a cruise or going with your kids on a cruise. Yeah. I mean, if the kids are the ones who are leading the decision making, and if they're huge Disney fans, then that would make sense, right? Um, does Carnival have ID bracelets with GPS so you can locate your family members? Not that I'm aware of. But I'm not sure what kind of tracking system they have, but I know that, yeah, not with GPS. Princess, with their medallion, does have a way that you can track other people if you're connected to them via their princess medallion. It's a little round guy about this big, and it's your wearable for the cruise. It's your cabin key card. It's your onboard credit card. It's, you can have things delivered to you anywhere on the ship. As long as you have your medallion with you, they know, and you open up the app. But the other thing too is that you can walk up to any of the screens on board and, tap, and it'll tell you. You can actually have it locate other people within your party, or people to whom your reservation is connected, so they can tell you, oh, they're in their cabin, or they're over on the Lido deck, or, whatever. But I don't know that anybody has any of the cruise lines have actual ID bracelets with GPS on them. A lot of cruise lines have wearables, but that's and like I said, they keep some cruise lines, I think it's NCL, has pager service. They have a pager for you that you get whenever your kids are in the kids club. So if there's a problem, they'll just page you right away. I liked the one cruise I went on. My husband refuses cruises. Navy vet, he's had enough ocean time. Fair enough. Although these ships are a lot more comfortable than Navy ships. Is there a shuttle service from hotel to ship? We're working on that. I may have to hire a coach for it, because there isn't one provided by the hotel, and none of the hotels in Miami Beach, in South Beach, in downtown Miami, none of them have it. The only hotels that I've seen that have a free shuttle from the hotel to the cruise terminal is there's a Hampton Inn and there's a Comfort Inn and Suites, and they're both by the airport. So I'm working on that. I'm working out the logistics of that and what I'm going to need to do. Disney has a wearable. You can use the wearable from Disney at the parks as well. And that allows you to GPS locate the other people with the wearable. Is it through an app? That's interesting. A lot of cruise lines have wearables. They're moving to that these days because it's less wasteful than the plastic key cards that you use, that you can't reuse. Also, good to see you. Hi, Jen. The plastic key cards that you get on cruise ships that cruise ships have used for a long time, you can't reuse them. They've got a name printed on them and everything else. So a lot of ships are moving to wearables, either wristbands like on Virgin or MSC. MSC requires you to give your wearable back at the end of the sailing so they can wipe it and reprogram it. Um, and Princess has their medallion. I'm waiting for the other cruise lines to catch up. I'm waiting for Celebrity to catch up. I'm honestly surprised that they haven't yet. Um, but yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. And the wearables are great. I mean, Princess has done more to optimize theirs than I think any of the other lines have so far. And integrated it with their app. Virgin's app is stylish and it has some cool stuff on it, but it doesn't always work very well, which is a problem. I need them to get their app to work. Um, Princess's app works really well, honestly. Um, and from what I understand, Carnival's app is great too. So, um, and I know this from my own experience, but also from people who've sailed Carnival a lot more recently than I have. And they've said that the app just works, which is great because, we're all growing and changing and moving forward in this technology, and I love it. But it doesn't recognize your email still. That's so weird, Alan. Are you talking about the app? The app doesn't recognize your email still? Drop me drop me a message. I'm going to see what I can do to try and figure that out. And if all else fails, I'll call tech support tomorrow and see what's up. See what might be the problem. Cuz yeah, that just doesn't make any fucking sense at all, does it? How annoying. How super annoying. Well, for all 54 of you in here, thank you so much. I appreciate you spending time with me. Hi. Please hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whichever you choose. Interaction is key. Even if you're not chatting, if you're just lurking, feel free to leave a comment after the video. YouTube really, really likes the engagement. They're apparently seem to be focusing less on likes and more on engagement, either during the chat or in the comments after the video. So whichever you choose to do, that'd be great. And please also check your subscription status. Check to see if you're subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, go on ahead and do so. It's fast, it's free, and it's painless. Aw, Gretchen, I wasn't trying to call you out, lady. You're still frogging that darn blanket. I'm sure you're going to be frogging that thing probably until at least Reese's birthday. Because it sounds like a blanket that's like, I don't know, was it big enough to cover an actual house? Kind of sounds like it. And thank you, Kimberly Gabaldon, for doing this because I would never have cheers to myself. But Zena Marlene to the Cruise Goddess, as Anne Casillas has so delightfully dubbed me. But yeah, I'm just asking that, I'm doing the YouTuber thing, the stuff that I'm supposed to say. It's a small baby blanket. Well, what the effing crap? Did you make it out of dental floss? Good heavens. It should be 3 good rips and you'd be done. But yeah, so it's just, I'm trying to build things up. I'm trying to help this channel grow. And I'm still, I'm up to 1130 again. Okay, good. Yay. Trying to get up to 1300, y'all. So what do we need? 170. 170. I believe we can do this. All of my contact information is not in my cleavage. It's down below in the description box. And if you would be so kind, someone else knitted it and it's in crazy knot stitches. Oh, that's fascinating. if you have questions, if you have answers, if you want to book your cabin for the Xeno Marlene cruise, there have been a couple that I've had to let go back into the wild. So that improves your chances of maybe making things, having a little bit better of a cabin offering. Go ahead and drop me an email. I'd love to hear from you. I always like hearing from you. What else is down there? The P.O. box is down there. The PayPal and the Venmo that Denver Stevo made me get is down there. And my Amazon wish list, because y'all made me do it. Like, seriously, I got yelled at by a number of people in the chat, and I'm fine, okay. So I did it. Good night, Diane Phelan Muller. Thanks for popping your little head up, saying hello. One more for the road. Xeno. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's one glass of wine. Down. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to snack on in the middle of the night. Something that will not injure me, and yet also isn't quite as carby as those frosted brownie cupcakes that my mother made earlier today. And made extra frosting for. And the potato salad that she made. Mom makes a good potato salad. Anyway, y'all. Oh, Purple Groovy. Good night, good night. Good night, everyone. I hope you have a good day, a good morning, a good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope that it's a good one. And I hope that you stay safe and you sleep sweet and be well.